Hello and welcome back. This is Grillenheimer. It's been a weird day. Um, the riots started 2 days ago. Everybody seemed to know they were going to start around 3 o'clock, 2 to 3 o'clock this afternoon. It is Tuesday. My son is at my parents' house. I had the hamster passed. I had to dig a hole for the hamster in the backyard. It's been a weird day. And with that, no, I do not have Wave 5. Not yet. But I thought I would go back, and I had a video on these guys, and it was about 11 minutes long, and I'm thinking, I don't like that video. Let me do it differently. Let me do it this way. The other one rambled a good bit. And it's basically the sports car patrol with aimless. And what we have here is it is 40. It is 40 battle cards. And the sports car patrol really demands blue cards. Is this a blue deck? No. It does have it has 13 blue cards. This is 13 right here. And I'm thinking about maybe taking out Inspiring Leadership and swapping it out for another handheld blaster. Why am I showing you this deck? Why is there no Pierce or black pips? Well, kind of an old-fashioned deck, because it seems to work a lot against some of my other teams. Not every team. It is strong, and yet it has its weaknesses, because of probably lack of blue cards. But it has a nice chunk of 16 orange cards in the deck for decent power, including, one grenade launcher, flamethrower for the bold, multi-mission gear for our specialist, who is Detour and Hyperdrive. We have turbo boosters, of course, which can only be put on cars. And just a bunch of, I wouldn't say random, but new designs, being able to play an extra upgrade. Battle readies give you extra power. One to attack, repair bays, being able to repair a little bit. There's two new designs. I just don't have them next to each other. If we go over here, a one leap into battle for +3. Team up tactics for the draw power for cars. Swap missions to give you an kind of an extra turn. Not really. And then we have a whole, 9 white cards here. So, and we have the combat training for, a little extra bold and tough when you get somebody filled out. Normally blackjack. Piercing blaster are my Pierce cards, of all things. The force fields really come into play. Rapid conversion, maybe not so much. Backup plan has helped out a little bit, for also just a little bit of draw power. 2 blank cards, plasma burst for just for the damage. 2 ready for action. Being able to untap somebody, and battle ready for action and swap missions really does help out. And I have 1 brainstorm in here. It kind of works. This has really made them kind of a formidable little team. I mean, they may not go up against a total too tall orange aggro deck by any means, but there's a lot of potential here, because you're going to want aimless to get knocked out first. You want some of these guys to be knocked out so blackjack gets powerful. I mean, that's how a lot of these little teams work. It just seems to me the Sports Car Patrol might be one of the stronger ones. Hyperdrive, I could care less about because he's basically inspiring leadership. And I really could care less about trying to draw cards to, get a card. Um, drawing 3 and scrapping 2. I don't really care for that. That's like you might as well be just drawing 1, but it does help you be able to cycle through maybe a card or 2 you don't want at the time. But he's the weakest one. Detour is who I like the best. Being able to simply give up one blue pip, like maybe a primary laser, because you really want that for the +2, or even the tough or whatever, or there's with a single pip over there, be able to draw 2 cards. And having some of this draw power in here with the mix of blue and orange, it seems to really sort of keep the deck going. It seems to really churn some of this stuff out to be able to go through some of the deck pretty well. And then Roadhugger is key, because while Detour is giving you cards, you can go back and forth between these 2 guys. Because in his bot mode, his tap ability is, there we go. Oh, come on. Scrap a blue, somebody gets +3. I mean, that's basically leap into battle, So that's having an extra leap into battle card. Turn any of these into leap into battle, which is a great plus. And if you have noticed, yes, there's fewer upgrades. There are a total of only 4 orange upgrades, about 7 blue upgrades, and 7 white upgrades, for a total of about only 18. So that's not even quite half the deck. Well, the rest of the deck are all actions. But it seems like a pretty decent little group of cards. From, I think, Crushing Size gives you a Pierce 1. So Weapon and a Utility giving you Pierce 4, without having to rely on black pip cards. Of course, if you do, they stack. I probably could change a few things out to have a little extra Pierce with them, but I'm really not caring for Pierce too much. But it's having just a little bit of draw power, a little bit of upgrade power between Zap and Plasma Burst, Leap into Battle, Roadhugger's ability, etc., the grenade launcher. It all seems to work pretty well. The battle readies, we're having the +1s. The force fields come into play very well, especially for keeping Blackjack alive or even Detour alive. And Aimless isn't completely useless, because while his ability, crap, I didn't mean to do that. There we go. Is if you flip 3 blues, do 3 damage, extra 3 to defender. This has happened with this group at least twice. It's not going to happen all the time. It does have a low percentage, but if I had, maybe swap the Inspiring Leadership for another handheld blaster, it would really help that out. And it is possible, especially with having 7 out of 40 cards being white. the possibility of, churning some cards out and having some cards in your hand and having some draw power and having the, pushing a little extra non-damage attack and attack to your actual overall total for attack, with either grenade launcher or turbo boosters, which are upgrades. As long as they're not going to be vaporized or anything like that, can all help. So I don't know, this seems like a pretty good little setup, and again, it is a mixed deck. It's interesting, it's fun. These guys have been a lot of fun, and yeah, I'm playing by myself. I'll admit it, but these little guys have really taken down some of my other teams, and so that's all I got. Well, I went 11 minutes again, so that's all we have for tonight. Just something to look at, something to think about. It is not Wave 5 material. I understand that. These are a lot of Wave 1 cards. I did not realize that until I started looking at them, and I'm like, whoa, this is mostly Wave 1 in here. So thanks for watching. Use this, and I don't know if this will be that significant anymore after with Wave 5 out now, but something to think about, something to go by, something to change up or alter for yourself, whether it's with these guys or anyone else. Like I said, these guys would be stronger with more blue, but I really like pushing the orange with them too, to have some decent attack while having drill arms on, or primary laser, or the turbo boosters and grenade launchers on them, etc. So there's some potential here, and they've been fun. They've been pretty strong. They haven't been completely useless. So with that, thanks for watching. Have a great night. Have a blessed day. And as always, flip out and let's roll.